business owner involves a lot of hands-on work and your to-do list is often never-ending. What if there was someone who could help you with your repetitive administrative tasks or assignments that might require you research beforehand? Sounds too wonderful to be true, right? Virtual assistants are here to ensure the smooth operation of your business. The dilemma is, will it be cost effective to hire a VA or will it cross your budget? What might be the cost of a virtual assistant? Hello everyone, this is Mori from ASL BPO and I am welcoming you all to yet another video of ours. Today we will find the answer to the question, which is, what is the cost of a virtual assistant in 2023? So let's dive into the video. Cost of a virtual assistant. The cost of a virtual assistant is not fixed, even though it is one of the highly embraced outsourcing services. We have to consider many things before setting the budget to hire a virtual assistant. Different companies have different expectations of virtual assistant services. The cost solely depends on the requirements. Besides, a virtual assistant can save you approximately 70% of your overhead costs. You might be thinking about how the cost will be reduced. Let me give you a comparison. If you hire a VA, you will have to pay for the hours that a VA works. But if you think of hiring an on-site employee, you have to give the hiring cost, training cost, and a month fixed salary. You have to also provide an office space, equipment cost, give them insurance and health benefits, and paid holiday. So many costs, right? So it's wise to hire a VA rather than a full-time employee. Types of virtual assistant and estimate hourly cost. A general virtual assistant in the United States may charge you from $10 to $90 per hour based on the type of services. If you consider offshoring, the cost may be lower. Emerging business process outsourcing countries like the Philippines, Vietnam, India, and Bangladesh can offer you virtual assistant services at a cheaper rate. Let us see this picture to understand the cost of a VA in the US. Here in the picture, you can see the lowest price of a VA is $8 to $10 per hour, and they do the work like data entry, virtual customer support, managing the appointments, or can assist you on your travel. And the highest paid VAs are graphic design, Amazon FBA, healthcare, digital marketing VA, or expense management VAs, who get around from $80 to $100 per hour. Factors affecting the cost of a VA. How much a virtual assistant charges per hour depends on several factors. Let's now discuss the factors that affect the cost of a VA. Experience. The more experience your VA has, the more likely he or she will be able to deal with your upcoming challenges. Hiring an experienced VA might cost you a bit over your budget, but in the long run, they will help you grow as a company. Service. The type of service you require from a VA also affects the cost of hiring a virtual assistant. For example, the cost of hiring virtual assistant for data entry purposes and the cost of hiring technical jobs. VAs with technical skills requires better pay. Location. Location affects the cost of virtual assistant as there is huge regional economic gap worldwide. Your VA may charge you based on the cost of living in her city. Project complexity and duration. Complex tasks take more planning and application time. Due to the complexity and the time required, a VA who prepares financial documents for the organization will be paid more than the VA who schedule the calls. Types of pricing plans for a virtual assistant. There are three kinds of VAs you can get. They are hourly based, full-time, project-based. Hourly based pricing plan. Pay per hour is the most popular virtual assistant pricing plan. You only pay for the hours that your VA has worked for you. Per hour payment for a virtual assistant in the United States starts at $20 to $100. Full-time VA pricing plan. If you have a regular repetitive task, you should hire a full-time VA. A full-time VA in the United States costs $1,200 to $5,000 per month. They work as per usual office hours and standards. Project-based pricing plan. Project-based VAs have no fixed price. They charge based on the project's time, duration, and requirements. Your VA will have a time of contract to work on the project within a specific range of the payment. Your VA will have a time to work on the project within a specific range of payment. You can also pay your project-based VA on a pay-per-hour basis. ASL BPO VA pricing plan. ASL BPO has the most affordable virtual assistant services pricing plan. They offer both hour-based and full-time VA pricing plans. You can pick whichever option you prefer. Moreover, the business outsourcing provider company also has customized plans on demand. In addition to affordability, ASL BPO has a few other reasons which make us one of the most reliable service providers in this sector. Virtual assistants versus on-site employees. Which one is cheaper? After the outbreak of COVID-19 in 2020, most companies adopted remote or hybrid working methods. A virtual assistant is undoubtedly a cheaper option compared to an in-house employee. The pandemic has taught employees one common thing, and that is having on-site employees can be a burden sometimes. Even after the pandemic, people no longer want to return to the traditional office system. Let's now find out why virtual assistants are cheaper than the people who work in your office. Pay-per-hour pricing. You don't have to pay for your employees' leisure hours. Pay only for the time your assistant has worked for you. You can't have this flexibility with on-site full-time employee. Replacement flexibility. You may not be able to terminate full-time employees even if they are underperforming. You keep paying their salaries without receiving any outcome. But when it comes to virtual assistant, you can replace them at any time. No training cost. You don't have to arrange any training session for virtual assistants. Unlike on-site employees, they offer their services based on their expertise and do not require any training. How to calculate the cost of a virtual assistant? To calculate the cost of a virtual assistant, you must first establish a base pay rate. The base pay rate depends on whether the virtual assistant will be compensated based on time, expertise, or projects. Then you have to pay the media fee, which in Upwork is 3% administrative and processing costs from the overall payment. Then, if they work extra hours, you will have to give them overtime allowance. We have created a formula so that you can calculate it by yourself. The formula is per hour rate multiplied by required hours monthly plus approximate overhead cost equal to budget of hiring plus overtime equals to the total cost of a VA multiplied by the number of VAs to hire. And then we got the budget for hiring a VA. Let me explain it with an example. Let's think the working hour will be 8 hours per day. The budget will be $10 per hour. Media fee is 3%, have to work 22 days. And the monthly budget is $1,760. By putting the values in the formula, we get $10 multiplied by 176 hours equal to $1,760 plus overhead cost 3% equals to $52.8 equals budget of hiring is $1,812.8 plus 5 hours overtime equal to $50 equals to the total cost of a VA is $1,862.8 multiplied by the number of VA which is 2, and we got the total budget $3,725.6. This means it exceeds your budget. It can happen sometimes. Don't panic for this, as most companies offer discounts on full-time VA pricing. After seeing this video, I hope you already know that a virtual assistant will cost you less in 2023. You have to pick the best virtual assistant service provider. ASL BPO is the most affordable virtual assistant provider. If you want to have a 7-day free trial with our virtual assistant services, then contact us or comment down below to get in touch. If you enjoyed the video, do like and share, and if you still need to subscribe, please do subscribe and hit the bell button so that you will get a notification every time we upload a new video. I will see you in the next video. Adios everyone!